Hello students, welcome to Dynamics of Machinery. We are in module 5. In the previous module, we have discussed about gyroscopic effect on airplane and ship. Okay, also we have seen about gyroscopic effect on shafts. Based on those things, we have solved several problems. Okay, now we are in module 5. This module is entirely about vibration. Okay, vibration. Generally, vibration is classified into free vibration, forced vibration, and then damped vibration. Okay, free vibration means without any external force, if something is oscillating means that is called a free vibration. Okay, forced vibration means by some external intuition something is oscillating continuously means that is called forced vibration. This is the basic difference. Free vibration means no external continuous external force. Okay, forced vibration means some continuous external force will be there that will cause vibration continuously. Okay, here also we are going to solve some problems based on vibration. Okay, okay, uh, take this is a pendulum. Here they have shown a pendulum. Okay, in this pendulum is oscillating to and fro. Okay, at this extreme position kinetic energy is zero but potential energy is maximum, but at this mean position potential energy is zero, kinetic energy is maximum. Okay, so when it oscillates like this, kinetic energy is decelerating but potential energy is accelerating, it is increasing. Okay, this is how it is happening. So this is called a vibration. Okay, this is a kind of vibration. Swinging of pendulum is a kind of vibration. Some important terms associated with the vibration. First of all, free vibration, I told you, no friction and no external forces, that is called a free vibration. Damped vibration means there will be a damper attached along with the vibrating setup or some resistance. Okay, so when the energy of vibrating system gradually dissipated by friction or because of some resistance, that is called a damped vibration. In bike or in cars you might have seen this. In bike, in the front side, um, you can see cylinders uh, cylinders for the purpose of damping. Okay, force vibration, when repeated force continuously acts on a system, the vibration are said to be forced. Okay, you have to remember these terms: period, cycle, frequency, resonance. Particularly this term, frequency. Frequency means in 1 second, how much number of cycles of motions is completed, that is called a frequency. Okay, for example, this is the starting position of the pendulum. Okay, this is the final position. Okay, in 1 second how many times this pendulum is going to the other end of the extreme position and returning back to its initial position. Suppose in 1 second this pendulum is going 4 times to and fro, like this means to and fro 4 times. Okay, 4 times it is going to and fro means the frequency is 4 hertz. Okay, that is the meaning. That is the meaning for frequency. Okay. Then cycle, it is the motion completed during one time period. In one time period, how much cycle is completed, that is called cycle. Then resonance. Resonance means when the frequency of external force is the same as that of the natural frequency of the system, The state of resonance is said to have been reached. Resonance results in large amplitudes of vibration, and this may be dangerous. For example, um, you are having a glass in your hand. You might have seen this advertisement. Okay, a lady, she will be uh, shouting with a high pitch. Okay, she will be shouting with a high pitch. At particular time, the glass piece will break. The reason is the frequency of the glass piece and the frequency at which the lady shouted, both are same. When both the frequency are same means the glass piece will break. Okay, that is called resonance. Okay, the natural frequency and the external frequency, if both are same means the system might collapse. That is called resonance. Okay. Okay, few more types of vibrations. Okay, already we have seen natural frequency, sorry, natural vibration, sorry, free vibration, force, free vibration, forced vibration, and then damped vibration. Already we have seen three classification. Okay, now three more classification: longitudinal vibration, transverse vibration, torsional vibration. If this disc move up and down means this is called longitudinal. Okay, if this is oscillating to left and right means that is called a transverse. Suppose you are twisting the disc and you are leaving it back means it will try to come back to its original position. That is called a torsional vibration. Okay, three kind of vibration: longitudinal, transverse, torsional. Longitudinal means up and down. Transverse means oscillating a kind of thing. Okay, torsional means twisting and leaving it again. Okay. Basic vibrating system. If there is a vibrating system means in the vibrating system some mass will be there and then some spring will be there for stiffness purpose, and then to uh, to neutral the vibration, okay, some damping system will be there. Okay, to absorb the vibration, some damping system will be there. I told about this cylinder only. Okay, in the bike, if you see in the bike, in the front side along with the fork, two cylinders or one cylinders will be there, or in the rear side, two cylinders or one cylinders will be there for the suspension system. Okay, why we have this kind of suspension system? To uh, nullify the vibration. Okay, next, degrees of freedom. Degrees of freedom. Here one mass, one spring. Okay, so here degrees of freedom is 1. Here also one bob and then one rope. Okay, so here also degree of freedom is 1, but here degrees of freedom for mass 1 or degrees of freedom for mass 2 is 2, because of spring 1 will have kind of frequency. Spring 1 will apply a kind of frequency on M1, and spring 2 will it will apply a kind of frequency on M1, mass 1. Similarly in mass 2 also, because of spring 1 we will have a kind of frequency, and because of spring 2 also will have a kind of frequency. Okay, vibration. So this is called a 2 degree of freedom. Vibrations with the 2 degree of freedom. In two way we can find out the frequency. Okay, equilibrium method, energy method, Rayleigh method. Equilibrium method, energy method, Rayleigh method. Okay, in three way we can find out the frequency of a particular system. Okay, we are going to use energy method. We know that this is a conservative energy equation. Conservative energy equation means kinetic energy plus potential energy. If we add both energy will be means if we add both energy, the system is said to be in equilibrium condition. Okay, the final answer will be zero. Kinetic energy plus potential energy. Okay, differentiate kinetic energy and potential energy. That is called the energy method. So first of all, what is kinetic energy? Of mk square. Okay, of mx square, where x is the displacement, m is the mass. Potential energy, for potential energy formula is Sx square divided by 2, where S is the displacement. Now put everything in the first equation. D by dt into potential energy plus kinetic energy. Sorry, kinetic energy plus potential energy. Okay, d by dt into kinetic energy plus potential energy. For kinetic energy formula is of mx square. For potential energy, Sx square by 2. Now differentiate this equation, okay, with respect to t. If you differentiate, what you will get? Of, if you differentiate again means of m into 2 into dx by dt. Instead of writing dx by dt, they are writing x dot. X dot means one time derivative. X double dot means two times derivative. Okay, that's what they written here. Similarly for xx square. Okay, if you differentiate x square means you will get 2x by 2. Okay, sorry, 2x. If you differentiate x square means you will get 2x. Already 2 is there, so 2 will be cancelled. Okay, so here off is common. Okay, off and 2 are common, so remove those things. What will be remaining? Mx double dot and sx. This is the remaining thing. Okay, so mx double dot plus sx equal to 0. Finally, mx double dot will be equal to sx. Okay, mx double dot will be equal to sx, or omega equal to s divided by m. Okay, omega equal to s divided by m, root of s divided by m. In Rayleigh method also you will get the same answer only. Omega equal to root of s by m, where omega is frequency, s is stiffness, m is mass. Equivalent stiffness. Suppose if two springs are in series means, sorry, if two springs are in parallel means average stiffness will be equal to S1 plus S2. Suppose if two springs are in series means average stiffness will be equal to S1 S2 divided by S1 plus S2. Here we have a problem. Three cases they are given. Okay, first case, simple spring and mass. Second case, springs in series and a mass. Third case, springs in parallel and a mass. Okay, we have to find out the equivalent spring stiffness. We have to find out the equivalent spring stiffness, and then frequency we have to find out. We have to find out natural frequency and the equivalent spring stiffness. For frequency, we know the formula. Fn equal to 1 by 2 pi into root of s by m. This is the formula for frequency. For first case, substitute the value. Instead of s1, put 5 into 10 power 3. Okay, m equal to 10. Okay, 10 kg. Substitute the value, you will get the answer as 3.56. In second case, it is in series. If it is in series means, what is the formula for stiffness? For stiffness formula is 1 by s equal to s1 s2 divided by s1 plus s2. Okay, put the value inside, you will get the value of s. Okay, so the final answer is 2.79 hertz. 2.79 hertz. Similarly, for springs in parallel, for springs in parallel, total stiffness equal to S1 plus S2. So stiffness equal to 5 plus 8. Okay, the answer is 13. Now substitute all the values inside this formula. See, I will attach this PDF along with the video. You just solve this problem. It is very simple problem. Okay, only one formula. F1 equal to, that is frequency equal to 1 by 2 pi into root of S by M. Root of S by M. They have given three cases. They have given three cases. In the first case, see, this is the first case. In the first case, there is only one spring, that is S1. In the second case, two springs. It is in series. Okay, S1 and S2. In third case, two springs, S1 and S2, they are in parallel. Okay, three cases. Solve it. Remaining problems and topics you will see in the next class.